Hi guys, and welcome to Kids in the Kitchen. My name's Miss Mal and I work at the Craighead County Jonesboro Public Library. If you've been to the library recently, you might have seen me. I work in children's. And if you were here before the pandemic, I did a program that was pretty fun called Pre-K Play, where we played and had fun but also learned some things. And since we don't get to be together right now because, the pandemic and everybody's still a little sick, and we want to keep everybody safe, I'm going to do this new series online with you called Kids in the Kitchen. And today, it's just me. But in the future, in the other episodes, we're going to have a special guest. I'm not going to tell you who just yet because when she gets here, I want her to tell you a little bit about herself. But it's going to be really fun and lighthearted, and we're going to have a lot of fun together. We're going to learn all things about the kitchen, things that you can cook. We're going to learn to make some things so that you don't always have to ask your adult to help you. Doesn't that sound like so much fun? Today, Miss Mal wants to tell you a little bit about the kitchen and what everything is. I'm going to tell you some basic 101 things. That way we know what we're doing. First and foremost, when we go into the kitchen to do something, we need to do the number one thing. Make sure that our space is very clean, because if it's dirty, that's really yucky. And nobody likes to eat dirty food. That would be really disgusting. So first you have to clean your space. The first thing Miss Mal did today was make sure that our space was clean. I cleaned off the counters. I cleaned off the stove behind me. I wiped everything down and made sure that there were no germs anywhere to be found. Because that's number one. We want to make sure that we stay safe. The number two thing we do is we got to make sure that we have all of the things we need to make our stuff. So today we're going to be making sandwiches. And I know sandwiches seem pretty easy, but if you've never made one before, you might not know how. So I'm going to grab my stuff back here and show you what we've got today. Our first thing and our second thing. So first I'm going to show you we have a plate because I want to keep everything off of the counter if we can. I know I just cleaned the counter, but just to keep everything nice and sanitary and germ-free, I want it to stay this way. So we have our nice big plate. I have our lunch meat. Today we're having turkey breast because, well, that's Miss Mal's favorite. I have a butter knife to put on my mustard because mustard is so delicious. I have my cheese still in its wrapper, and I have 2 big pieces of sourdough bread. Now you can use any kind of bread you like, or if you don't like bread, you could use a tortilla, or you could use lettuce. Any of those things will work for a sandwich. So, the second thing we needed was our stuff, and we have it all right here. Is there anything else that we need to make Kids in the Kitchen sandwiches today? Well, we need the person making the sandwiches, which is me, and also you have to roll up your sleeves so that you don't get them messy, because we want to keep everything clean. So let's go ahead and get started making our sandwich. First, what I like to do is separate my bread. I separate it onto the plate so that I can see everything. And then, I think I'll put on my mustard. Here's my mustard. And I like to shake my mustard first because sometimes mustard separates and you get watery stuff on top and the mustard at the bottom, and that's yucky because it makes your bread soggy. So give it a good shake and then pop it open. Sometimes it can be difficult to pop open your lid, so ask an adult for help. But if you can do it by yourself, good job, you're very strong. And you're going to pour your mustard. Not too much, but just enough. And sometimes your mustard makes a silly noise, like a toot. And then I'm going to take my butter knife very carefully because a butter knife is not sharp, but it could still hurt you if you're not using it properly. We're going to take our bread and we're going to spread our mustard nice and evenly so that all the bites have some mustard on it. Not too much, but not too little. Just like that. And I'm going to put my knife to the side so that I don't mess with it. Next, I like to put cheese. And I have to unravel my cheese because it comes in these packs that just unravel just like that. And I'm going to put it to the side because at the end, I've got to throw that away because we're not making a mess in the kitchen. We're making yumminess in the kitchen. And I like to split my cheese in half and put it on my bread just like that. And now, what else do I need? Oh yes, I need my turkey. I'm going to put 2 slices on this sandwich, And so I've already opened my turkey, and I'm going to pull it. Ooh, maybe not. This now might make a mess because this is sometimes hard. So I've got my turkey. I ripped it a little bit, and I'm going to lay it on my sandwich. Since my bread is so big, I don't have to fold it. But normally when I use less big bread, I have to fold my turkey. So I'm going to take another slice. Ooh, I'm really ripping this one. It's going to come out in half. And I'm going to put another piece and the rest of the piece on there. Maybe. It's stuck. Sometimes this happens. And when things get stuck, you can just ask your adult for help. But see, a little extra try and we were able to get it out. So my sandwich is almost done. And now I'm going to take my other piece of bread with my cheese and put it on top. And I like to give it a little press, like I'm tucking it into bed. Good night, sandwich. And then I'm going to sit it in the middle of my plate. And now I'm going to do something that might require your adult's assistance. I'm going to take my knife. Granted, it's still a butter knife, so it's not very, very sharp, but it'll cut our sandwich. And I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to cut all the way down so that I have 2 pieces of sandwich so that it's easier to eat. So now I have 1 piece for me and 1 piece to share if I want to, or if I'm really hungry, I can have this one. And there we've made a sandwich. Wasn't that so fun and so easy? It was. So now what we do at the end, when you're done making the food that you want, you can take your plate to your table that you use. I'm going to sit mine back here. But now we got to clean up our space again. So we're going to put the mustard. It goes in the refrigerator. So I'll have to take that to the refrigerator. My cheese trash goes in the trash. And my turkey goes back in the refrigerator. But since I've opened it, I'm going to want to make sure that I put some plastic or another bag around it so that it stays fresh. So I'm going to put that back here with the mustard. And then at the end, you're also going to clean the space where you did it. You did everything on your plate and you cleaned it before, but you want to clean it again because, again, we're trying to make sure everybody stays safe in the kitchen. So that's all I have for today, you guys, and it was super simple and super easy, and I hope you join me next time for Kids in the Kitchen. Come back and watch all of our videos on Facebook, on YouTube, like us on all of our social media channels, and we'll see you next time. Bye!